YouTubers, and welcome to the channel, PJ Ground Pounder. Thanks for rejoining the channel again. And again, if you like the content and you appreciate what I'm putting out, please like and subscribe to the channel. We very much appreciate it. So let's get after it. We're dealing around about 1999 and 2000. Punchy and about 10 or 15 other brothers were really getting it in. It was the young breed. And I mean going to Arizona, Las Vegas, Laughlin, and the events in the California area. And they were doing it. Not only was it just riding your bike, but it was just being down. And this conversation was with Mr. Nate and Punchy. And Mr. Nate was like, hey, man, y'all be riding the hell out them bikes. And Punchy replied back to him, yeah, we be pounding the ground. And Mr. Nate said, that's ground pounding. So he left, fast forward, he left and he created a patch for our club, was a ground pounding patch. And it's our original ground pounding patch to this day. But there's levels to ground pounding, but all of that stems from the original white ground pounding patch. That represents that you are a ground pounder. Now, at what level you do ground pounding at, still that white patch holds. So he went and had the patches made, and he handed it out to those brothers, that group of 10 to 15, that was really ground pounding and representing. But not only were they doing it, they were doing it on a consistent basis. That patch represents, it's not like a one-trip patch. It's not like, a one-time deal. Ground pounders are really recognized for their consistency and staying out there on the road and staying out there in the mix. So things evolved, and where that patch was given to those that were doing more than just riding around town. Nothing wrong with just riding around town. That's not the point of it. But it became a patch because people were doing over and above. They were riding more than just around town on a consistent basis. So in 2003, pertaining to ground pounding, Mr. Nate was awarded Ultimate Ground Pounder Award in 2003. So that was the first Ultimate Ground Pounder award that we had. It had a very positive effect because it started other people to want to ride and to want to stretch out. Not to say they weren't doing it at that time, because you still had your meets everywhere, your roundups and all that. So people were riding their bike. But it seems like when this ground pounding was introduced and it got rolling, rocking and rolling, it was very inspirational to other clubs and the motorcycle set in general. And when you look at it today, you can see how it evolved from what I'm looking at, from a small number to what it is now. Ground pounding is what everybody is almost doing now. and just riding their motorcycles. So, salute. And even me, it attracted me when I took a ride in 2015 and we did an all chapter run. That ride was so inspiring to me that all I wanted to do was get home, get back on my bike and ride again. So I'm one of the people that was inspired by this movement. And to this day, I take my ground pounding very seriously. To the Yonda part of it now. So now you remember ground pounding, we were dealing like 1999 to 2000. So now we cross over to an understanding and a little history on Yonda. Now, Yonda was a rare breed movement started in the South. And the starter of that was SNOWMAN. Props to you, SNOWMAN. And he was doing a lot of riding in that region. And he came up with a phrase, Yonda. That came from old school saying, when you was around the house or whatever, just hanging out, and your parents or your grandmama or them, whatever your guardian was, hey, y'all get out of here, go get Yonda. And he made Yonda what it is today. And today we use that term. We got a whole lot of spin-off of what he started over there in the South. And the effect was the same over there. That was very instrumental into what we have today in our organization, because it sparked a wildfire and it motivated and inspired people to the point to where they wanted to start an organization like ours. They wanted to be a part of an organization like ours. And then thus come the spread and how we are today. But the exciting thing about it is the effects of ground pounding and getting Yonda is just amazing, and what it actually did, how it contributed to the organization and to the bike set period. So they both had very positive effects. SNOWMAN came up with a run which was called our all chapter run, and to this very day we are still doing all chapter runs. It's getting a little more difficult to do it. It's taking a little more time to do it, but that's a good thing. So he started the all chapter run, and he took that all chapter run, and I believe he mentioned it was him, BALDHEAD, that was on that run, and he believed it was another brother or so. Forgive me if I'm leaving anybody out, but that's not the point. The point is this thing started to grow. And so anyway, they did a 24 state run, which was a patch created by SMILEY, Highway SMILEY. Shout out to you, brother. Taught me a lot. And so on that run, that 24 state run, SNOWMAN, BALDHEAD, SMILEY, and Sail. Shout out to y'all brothers for the inspiration. And so not long after that, then you had your 48 state run thing. The fire's catching on. So now you got Rare Breed, and I'm not sure what Club Sail was in at the time. So I don't want to misquote that. But then you got SMILEY, that was Kings of Cali. And then you got REEF, you got Chosen Few. So things, and now you got these clubs riding together and kicking it together. And it's just a testament to what we have today. Today, when you look at packs and you look at people running across, I've ran across with several different other clubs, and I've ridden with several different other clubs, still understanding what club I'm in. But it was just a brotherhood and the camaraderie that ground pounding brought on to where, you know, we ride like that now. So it's just awesome. And again, shout out from the ground pounding side, you know, Mr. Nate, thank you for that patch that y'all created. And then on the Snowman side, man, great job. Appreciate it. So I just wanted to start off with that beginning, so you guys will understand when I take my take on it. It's not like I'm trying to say something different to what these basics are, and this is what it's all about. I think my concept is just dealing more with the evolution of where we are today, and then how my mindset is concerning it. So just that you know, at this point, ground pounding and Yonda is the same thing. The only thing that I'll be talking about in this YouTube segment, in this video, is the levels of ground pounding. And I think that's where my point of view comes in. And again, everybody, it's just a point of view. I haven't been in this thing long. It's just the way, I guess you could say, what's in PJ's mind when he's riding? What's his motivator? What pushes him? How does he see the highway when he's out on the highway?
For tips, motivation, or just inspiration, subscribe to my channel, PJ Ground Pounders. Let's get prepared and ride.